Hello, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Corona. Although, as you'll know if you've been watching up to this point, we're not actually cooking with Corona, we are in fact cooking whilst we're in a state of semi-lockdown in Tier 4. That, of course, as you're suffering from COVID-19 while you're watching this, in which I suppose we are in fact cooking with Corona, both with respect to the connotations that appear within that sentence. Now, a lot of you will still have some Christmas leftovers from, well, because it's January when I'm putting this, it'll probably be February by the time it gets up, but still. Whilst I didn't make a turkey dish, a lot of you will have made turkey around Christmas. What I'm going to do today is show you how you can translate that turkey into something more interesting. Because if you've ever had a big turkey around Christmas, you'll have turkey sandwiches the next day. You know, you'll have all kinds of different things. Maybe stew, turkey stew, soup, if you've got the bones. I am going to try and make a curry today. I know I've made a curry before, but this will be a different kind of curry. This lovely bit of turkey breast here you can see is wrapped in bacon. I've never curried bacon before, but I have had bacon in stir fry, and a curry is in many ways a mixture of stir fry and stew together. Here I've got some of the red cabbage dish that I made, and I'm going to see if I can make that into a pakora. Pakora is kind of like the bhaji I made before, except there's a combination of vegetables in it. Not sure whether I'm going to make it as to go with this recipe or another curried dish, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to cut this turkey into pieces now. Here's one of the nice turkey breasts then, already cooked and still wrapped in bacon as you see, and I'm just going to cut it up now. Grate some ginger. And we cut 2 onions. 2 onions then cut right here. And I'm going to put it in these 3 tablespoons full of oil that I have right there for about 10 minutes until they brown. Now theendlessmeal.com, from which I'm partially basing this recipe, calls for 6 cloves of garlic. That's quite a high amount. Should I try it? Should I not? Oh, why not? Just for fun. Now add cumin, garam masala, turmeric, and I'm going to add fenugreek, although it isn't, strictly speaking, one of the recipes, mild chilli, all about 1 teaspoon each. Garlic, ginger, and all the spices I just mentioned. Because I put dried coriander in this, I'm going to put it in fresh. Lovely. And then borrowing very loosely from my vegetable curry, here's the red cabbage concoction that I made for Christmas that'll go in. And here I've also got some chopped tomatoes, carrots and roast potatoes. Here's a little water. Right, I've never used one of these things before, so thank you to Paul Heritage for giving me a clue. Spilling it everywhere, I know. That's what it looks like when I'm done. Here is the remnants of it. Right, now before I do anything, let's just taste this pureed curry sauce. Tastes good as is. Well, stop here if you want to make a vegetable curry soup. But if you want to make a meat curry, then proceed. For extra sweetness, I'm going to blend these as well, but the rest I'm going to put in solid. Now I'll put the newly pureed curry sauce in here. Added the veg of Christmas, now the meat. The turkey wrapped in bacon. Remainder of the fruit. Put in a little yogurt. Decent amount of coconut milk. The other thing suggested was either almond butter. I've not ever heard of any such thing, nor could I find it. But what I could find was this butter ghee, which is low fat and might well give the dish an extra bit of kind of Indian flavour. I know it's very difficult for me to do this with one hand, but I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of this. Never heard of coconut sugar before, but apparently it says put 2 to 4 tablespoonfuls of that in, so we'll try 2 first. Decent sprinkle. Already it's starting to look and sound like a curry sort of brewing away, isn't it? That you associate with Indian restaurants. Quite lovely looking. I've got a little rice here. Pilau mixed with whole grain. Couldn't be bothered to make it for myself. Not that I plan to reap it. So, I've given it a little taste so that I know it's alright. And here we are. Buttered turkey with Christmas leftovers. Got a nice naan bread here. Again, not made myself. Let's just try this lovely turkey then. Come on. Come on. I say turkey, I think that was a bit of the bacon it was wrapped in. And some more. Here it is. Oh, it's lovely. Turkey is very difficult to get right, and perhaps next year I'll show you how to make roast turkey, because I didn't this time round. Here's some of that lovely stuff, yoghurt stuff, that I had with the pakoras. Well, I'll leave you for now. I'll make some more pakoras later. For now, I'll see you a bit later. Here I have all the fenugreek, turmeric, pepper, put it in a little mild chilli, which I didn't with the bhaji mixture, and gram flour with water and lemon juice. All that you will have seen, with the exception, as I said, of the mild chilli powder in the onion bhaji recipe. And here is onion chopped once more, but with some carrot. So here we are. There's the onion and carrot one then, and I've also put in the red cabbage one with the treacle. I've put in some of that mixture as well. Here's the first 2 rather crumbly attempts at it, but still. Put a little of this yoghurt, mint sauce, coriander mixture on it and see how it works. I've got some more cooking there, as you see. Very nice. I think the next batch will be better. The oil will be hotter. Alright, the oil has been boiling for nearly half an hour at this point, and here is another batch. This one's rather deflated, as you can see, it deflated as a ball, but this one is quite nice and round, as even the onion bhaji wasn't, as a pakora. I have another one here that's a kind of mixture of onion, carrot and red cabbage. Oh, lovely. Oh, this is lovely. Squeeze a little lemon on, as I did with the bhajis. Put on this lovely yoghurt. So yes, pakora. Like a bhaji, close cousin in fact, but whereas bhajis are single vegetables, unless you count shreds of garlic in them as well as onion, this is a mixture of vegetables. It's a good way of getting rid of Sunday dinner vegetables. Just add the gram flour. Oh, that's lovely. Try the last one. That looks best. The good thing about the red cabbage one is, because there was treacle in it, it sort of binds together already. So that's the first lot I'm going to make. Alright, here's a Swede recipe based on Mrs. Franco's recipe for more leftovers. I'm also adding parsnip to it, and I'm going to put that in some boiling water for about 15 minutes. The recipe calls for plain flour, which I could use. I think it's because it's more accessible, but you can so use plain flour if you wish, 75 grams. I've got gram flour here since I've made curry before. This is the only one that calls for egg, so I'll crack an egg. Very bad at measuring things at the moment because I've not worked how these new scales work. So here's an egg. It may look as though I'm just throwing it on the floor. I promise you I am not. See here, 100 millilitres of creme fraiche. Going off a bit, so I need to get rid of it. Now cut up an onion, preferably red, but I've only got white. Chop it very finely as you would with an onion one. Onion is chopped. The recipe I'm following calls for just the one chilli, but because they're so small, I'm going to use two. I'm going to cut them and de-seed them, and then put them in that mixture there. Stir that a little bit. Now the next recipe it calls for is a teaspoon of cayenne pepper and half a teaspoon of turmeric. Or was it the other way around? Doesn't matter. As you know by now, I've got the two things together in this thing, so we'll just put a teaspoon of each. 2 teaspoons of garam masala, a small handful of coriander which I'm going to chop. Stir. And now you see over here that this has finished boiling. I think it's been more than 15 minutes that I left it to boil now. So I'm just going to, well, drain them and then mash them. Just press down here. Of course, if you've mashed your Swedes and parsnips for Christmas or Sunday dinner, as many people do, then this part is not necessary. But I'm just mashing them now. Here we are then, with some of it in here. Alright, now a little oil, as for all barges and pakoras, but you see how it's not as much, nothing like as much as it would be if it were an onion one by itself. But I may try this method for others. And now once the oil is warm, I shall take a spoonful of several and cook them 2 minutes on either side, or at least I hope it'll only take that amount of time. Oh, by the way, I added one extra ingredient, that was water, just because a lot of it didn't really bind. I think I need too much powder, so I used just this much of water, and you can see here there's less, you know, the powder is sort of made into a paste, which is what I wanted originally. So that's been in for about 1 minute on this side. I'll keep it for another minute and then I'll turn it over. Alright, here we are then. Turn over. Turn over. And now with this newly lubricated mixture, I'm going to put another one on. Here we are then. Usually I have yoghurt with mint sauce. This is the remainder of the creme fraiche, just to get rid of it. Let's see what it's like then. Parsnip and Swede pakora. Quite sweet, much like the vegetable. Oh, that's lovely. Well, another success. We're significantly far away from Christmas at the time of my making this, but
Yeah, quite a significant way away from Christmas, but still, in the wake of a Sunday dinner, it works as well. So, try it yourself if you wish, and if you don't wish, then don't.
In tier 4 at the moment. That is, of course, unless you're suffering from COVID-19 while you're watching this, in which case I suppose we are in fact cooking with corona, both with respect to the connotations that appear within that sentence. Now, a lot of you... Now, I am going to try and make a curry today. I know I've made a curry before, but this will be a different kind of curry. And come and look. Alright, here we are with a Swede one now, Swede and parsnip. And I'm going to put that in some boiling water for about 15 minutes.